topics that are coming on. First of all, the Bucks will be back Sunday, but blacked out. Now that's the first time in 20 years that they're blacked out. They're not the only team that's going to be blacked out this year. They're not the only team that's going to have multiple blackouts. But for Tampa Bay fans, this is new and different. How do you guys feel about this? Let me know. Wait a minute. I've got a caller coming in. Go ahead, caller. Go ahead, caller. Welcome to Sports Sound Off. Caller, go ahead. Well, missed you. Sorry about that. Thanks for calling in. Hopefully we'll keep going. Then with regard to what else is going on, we've got the Rays. The Rays are a game and a half back of the Yankees right now, and are playing very, very well against the Red Sox. Now, we had kind of a back and forth. 2 games ago, we got shelled. Last night, we blew them out.
Yeah.
And, you're a former baseball player. What do you think about these guys?
Oh, I like them. I think they're very exciting. I think they're one of the most exciting teams to watch. I mean, you've got one of the best baseball players, the young baseball players, in Evan Longoria.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And, I have a story about David Price.
Really?
David Price is from Nashville, where I grew up. And, David had actually given up baseball for a short period of time. I didn't know if you knew this or not. And,
I did not know that.
he worked at a fast food restaurant and
a guy that throws 97 working at a fast food restaurant.
Yeah, and then thank goodness Vanderbilt coach said this is ridiculous. Come win us the SEC, and move on. And that's what he did. But I was really happy to see him, do that.
The thing about you say that, I mean, that's just amazing to me that a guy with that kind of talent. But what was it? Kurt Warner was bagging groceries. I mean, so
absolutely.
There are all sorts of things that you can have that going on with. Let me, as we get callers that are interested, feel free to call in or email your questions to sportsoundoff@aol.com. We'll be happy to pick those up. Also, during the show, if you don't happen to get a question answered, or if you have a comment, feel free to call us or email us afterward. Thanks so much. Let's see, what else is going on this weekend? We've got U.S. Open tennis going on right now. Now, I know that college football fans will not consider that a sport, and there are no Americans in it right now, which is really disappointing. Or American men, anyway. Venus Williams is still in it. But if you want to talk about tennis, we'll be happy to do that. Or I'm a big golfer. I don't know if you play the game or not.
I do play.
I play Army golf, left, right. But Tiger just got picked for the Ryder Cup team. He actually had to get picked this time rather than actually making the team. And it was good to see him actually start to come around.
I agree. I agree.
And if anybody would like to talk about that or comment on any of that, that would be great. But let's go back to college football. Now, like I said, we have the lineup this weekend. We've got Miami and Ohio State. Who's your pick?
Ohio State.
Yeah.
I'm not going to pick Miami.
Well,
Come on now.
I
had one of the worst nights of my life in the Orange Bowl against that team. I'm not going with them.
Not going with them.
It wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad.
I did throw a 90-mile-an-hour fastball for Ray Lewis's face mask, though, and got sacked by Warren Sapp a few times.
Right.
It was not one of my better moments.
And you survived that with Ray Lewis, because I'm surprised. That's tough. Those guys.
And then we both got drafted the same year by the Ravens.
By the Ravens, yeah.
And of course, he was a first-round pick, and I was a little later.
Hey, you got picked.
I did get picked.
You got picked. That's all that counts. That's exactly it. All right, well, let's see. We've got your old team.
Yes.
In Oklahoma. What do you think?
I'm going Noles.
Okay, you're going to go to Norman.
No, I said I'm going Noles. I'm going Seminoles.
I was trying.
No, I'm not. The only game I think I'm going to is NC State with my buddy Brian.
Okay, let me see what we got. We got callers here. Go ahead, caller. Welcome to Sports Sound Off.
Hello. I'm calling about the Gator USF game.
Yeah, go ahead.
This weekend, the Bulls have a history of upsetting both West Virginia and Virginia Tech last year when they were nationally ranked early in the season. I think the Bulls have a good chance of winning this game.
Well, I happen to agree with you. I think South Florida's going to do very well. Daniels looked great over the weekend, and being a Florida guy, I was really disappointed at the way the offense looked. They had, 25 yards for 3 quarters last week. But I think Brantley and those guys are going to pull it together. I think Urban Meyer's going to pull it together. We're playing in the swamp. I don't think it's going to be an issue. I think Florida wins that ball game. Now, I don't know about other people, but I seem to think that. What do you think?
I totally agree. I've done a lot of business in the town that John Brantley is from, and people just really rave about the kid. Plus, I've seen tape on him, and I mean, his first game. I mean, you know, I don't think you can judge a season by that at all. I mean, he's got to get comfortable back there, but he's got a lot of talent.
Yeah, I mean, he's a great ball player, and I love the fact. I mean, I know we're going past the Tim Tebow era, and Tim would just as soon run guys over as throw to them.
Yeah.
But you know, you got Brantley's pocket passer. I love that.
Yeah.
I love it. You know, guy's going to drop back. He's going to read defense. He's going to make a good read. I love that completely. So thanks for your call. And the phone lines are open and the email's open. If anybody's interested in getting to us, it's sportsoundoff@aol.com, or you can call the studio, and you'll be live in the studio at 813-254-7820. As we're looking forward here, got to ask you the question. News came out yesterday from Yahoo Sports that Reggie Bush might be stripped of his Heisman Trophy.
Right.
What's your reaction to that?
Well, because I was an athlete, I seem to lean their direction. You know, we were talking about steroids that made him a different player on the field. I would say absolutely.
Right.
But this didn't affect his play at all. But it's against the NCAA rules, so we'll see how it shakes out.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks for calling. Welcome to Sports Sound Off.
Hey, I wanted to ask John about Florida State's chances against Oklahoma this weekend.
Well, I think that's my buddy John Reeves
that
right there.
That sounds like John Reeves to me. That sounds like John Reeves to me.
Oh. I actually like our chances a lot, and I'll tell you why. I think our speed is coming back. I think Kristen Ponder is not only a great passer, but he's a great athlete. I mean, he really is. You know, he's moving up the draft board very fast, and if he continues, with this career, with this year, doing the things he's done his whole career, I think he'll be a high draft pick. I just think that I think we're ready to take the next step, and this would be a huge win for us. You know?
Oh, yeah,
this
absolutely.
would be a huge win for us.
Well, it'd be huge for the program. It'd be huge for everybody saying, okay, we're moving forward, and this is going to be successful.
Yes.
Jimbo's living in the shadow right now.
Absolutely.
And most guys that do that, I mean, Ray Perkins taking over Alabama.
Yeah.
It was dismal.
Yeah.
You had to get to Gene Stallings before something happened there. And you wonder, is this the setup man for somebody else, or is Jimbo going to really take the job?
It's funny you talk about Gene Stallings. The big thing in college football, it seems I watch all the time, is Boise State good enough?
Right.
Are they really good? And Gene Stallings, who I was recruited by him and everything, and he's a pretty straightforward fella, and he said, if Boise State was in the SEC, they'd lose 4 games.
Well, could be true.
He's been there. He's a coach.
Well, I won't argue that. We have another caller coming in. Go ahead, caller. Thanks for calling Sports Sound Off. Go ahead.
Yes, I wanted to discuss the Ohio State Hurricane game, and it seems strange that most people are more focused on this game than the Alabama-Penn State game. Is that because of the intense rivalry in the past between Ohio State and the Hurricanes? And actually, I know the Hurricanes are going to stop them.
This must be a Miami fan, and we don't take calls from Miami fans. Sorry. Actually, we do. But, sorry about that. But now, the truth for me is, so many more Miami fans are here in this part of the state that people aren't talking about Alabama, Penn State. I mean, it's SEC country, but
this is Florida.
We're going to talk about that game. We're not going to talk about Alabama. I know Alabama's ranked number 1, and I know that's a great rivalry game.
That is, and I mean, I think Miami has a real shot now.
Yeah.
I mean, Ja'Cory Harris is doing extremely well. They've got speed all over the place. Randy Shannon is a heck of a coach.
Coach.
So I mean, it wouldn't totally surprise